lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever.
Wrong lever!
Have you seen the... There
Dog.
are...
I haven't. Whatever you're saying, I haven't seen it, because...
Look, the
I
tequila's starting
am
to
a
get to me, right?
Luddite.
So there are water parks now that have tubes that you stand in, and...
I've read this joke.
Well, no, but it's not a joke. It's an actual thing. But, you know, it's relevant to what we were just talking about, all right?
Go ahead.
I'll take your word for it.
I hate you.
I know.
He's totally for realsies.
Pray continue.
Oh, no.
You were in the middle of a story.
No, that was really the end of the story. It was just, hey, they have these things, and then people, you know, you could literally pull a lever.
Excellent.
I mean, you know, we had already made the joke, and it was just like, hey, there's a thing that's like that in real life. Which I feel like I would be terrified to try, because you're just, like, standing there, and then the floor drops out from underneath of you.
And as you ponder upon that, the ugly lights come on.
Oh no, the party's over.
Aw.
And you hear from above, "Very well," in a truly resonant voice. "You of Crucible may come up and we will discuss details. The rest of you, the club has closed for the evening." And the three sisters step back into the shadows.
I'll just send out a DNI. I was like, yo, you got this, so I can start working on what I'm sure is going to be your remodel.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. As Flea gives Samoa Sam a loving pat on the shoulder, he says, "That's
That'll
good
do,
fighting.
pig."
That'll do." And he will leave the ladies to fawn all over the troll, because you keep what you kill, and he's gonna head on up to VIP.
And Echo, as he comes back to consciousness, he has a newfound respect for them human women's.
For them
Let me tell you.
I may be short, but I'm not a human. But nice troll. Good job. Follow Flea.
That just makes
So-
things more uncomfortable.
So, Flea, you step into the VIP, or excuse me, the owner's room as it is, and there is a large, elongated desk with 3 chairs behind it. One has a statuesque elf, the other the short, sour-faced dwarf, and one the kind of interesting-looking human. And there are 2 very comfortable chairs in front of them. As you enter the room, it is about just big enough to be comfortable. The chairs themselves are made out of a velour, as it were, and some sort of plasticine. To the left is a black leatherish couch, and on the back wall there are huge Trid projectors. And you see in the corners there are cameras and speakers as you step in and head towards the chair.
Excellent. All the better for my ascent to godhood. And Flea is going to remove his hat for a moment and flip his hair back, so he's got the perfect Pantene Pro V commercial look as he looks into the camera. And then he's going to replace his hat, and, well, that's because he's an uncultured boor who really doesn't give a shit. And he's going to go ahead and have himself a seat in one of the velour chairs and lose himself to the velour fog.
Are there any CCTV cameras in the office?
There are not.
Oh.
Almost as if it's intentional.
Oh.
So, Flea, as you sit down, the middle woman in her resonant voice says, "So, why are you actually here? You have made a great show for the evening. People will be talking about it for weeks to come. What do you actually want?"
What I actually want, Flea starts, is exactly what I had said. I want an exclusive contract to play actual decent good music here that will draw in people and make this wonderful club a centerpiece for the downtown area as far north as it is. However, and he holds up one finger, I do represent the interests of one Maximilian Maximus Venturi of Venturi Reclamations, who I believe you have a contract with and owe some nominal recompense. Now, I am more than happy to offer a contract with my band, Crucible, the greatest metal band that you have never heard of, to play at this wonderful establishment, and in return, you will pay Mr. Venturi what he is owed, plus a lovely little 10% fee, because you have impinged on his time and thereby mine.
Because of the combat, and because you are fucking Flea. Go ahead and roll me negotiation at a +6.
Okie dokie. And would this be considered a contract or a bargain?
This would definitely be contract.
Okie dokie. Yeah, it's average.
Burn that edge. Do it.
Do you have any edge would you like to spend?
I have no edge that I can spend, but let's see how they respond, and I will absolutely burn an edge to smack down this contested roll. I am going to burn an edge to smack down that contested roll.
So, Flea, they look at you, and the statuesque elf woman thinks to herself and says, "Do you understand what it is you are asking? You are asking us to give up almost everything that is our ownership of this business just because of one person that claims to owe a gambling debt."
Well, madame, my statuesque beauty, my Adonis, as it were, you have to understand that in the sixth world, this is business, and business is everything, and because of the gambling debts of one person, sometimes there are sacrifices we need to make, but please, I implore upon you, you must understand that in this small, even nominal sacrifice, such greater advantages can be gained that will propel you and your lovely sisters, who are wonderful, I might add, to stardom beyond the very knowledge of avarice.
She gives you a hard look and says, I will give him 60%.
75.
She narrows her eyes. 60, or I make Owen actually fight you.
Well, as I just said, we all must make sacrifices, and so I will tell you this. 60% is acceptable. I'm sure I can convince him to see the advantages of this precarious position.
She takes a seat. She leans back and kind of closes her eyes and steels herself. Very well. As the dwarf flicks something in the air, and your AR flashes forward with 0.1% ownership to Crucible.
Yes!
And affiliated parties.
Yes!
Sign here, please.
And Flea will sign the most glorious, opulent, and potentially annoying signature that he can possibly muster with his rating 1 Flea Knicker Twisterson, because why the fuck not? And if anybody else wanted to cut in this club, well, you have 1/10 of a share.
Yep.
Or maybe 100th, because this is Flea.
So, Flea, you now find yourself in ownership of 0.1% ownership of the Tweez Club.
Oh god, I'm sold out. It had to happen sometime.
Sell out.
Yeah, right.
I will send
Fair.
I'll send a text to Max Venturi with the contract details and his 60%, and I will omit the 0.1% that Flea and Crucible and associated parties owns, and wait for a response.
You get a response that is the code to 50,000 new yen.
Excellent. And I will take that 50,000 new yen, and if anybody else wanted some, well, you should have spoken up like 20 minutes ago. No, I'll totally split that out, because Flea is an asshole, but he's not that much of an asshole.
All right. So everybody may go ahead and add 10,000 new yen to your character sheets.
Huzzah.
You may also add 3 karma, or you may add a 1-2 contact for Samoan Sam.
Oh my god, I totally want Samoan Sam.
Samoan Sam contact type is Samoan Ass Beater.
And he's a 2-1, you said?
Correct. Or excuse me, a 1-2.
1-2. Excellent. Yes, having a Samoan ass beater on call is going to be much more useful than the 3 karma that I would blow on something stupid like, Spanish or something.
You're right.
Can we spend
So
that
those
out of the new yens, I imagine?
You may work for the people. Or excuse me, you work for the man, work for the people, and split it as you want.
I do have a quick and rather important question here.
Mhm.
So I had 6 hits on structural engineering, 6 hits on industrial engineering, and 5 hits on math to figure out how much the renovations for the stage are going to cost.
Okay.
Just to give that to Flea so he knows what he's spending.
60K.
Yeah, he'll be sure to include that in the contract and the fine print to make Max Venturi to pay for those changes.
Well, Max will happily allow those changes as long as it is absorbed by the 33% ownership. And they're going to fight over that for a while.
Well, that's fine. We can still get all the changes made, and they can decide on who's going to pay that bill while Flea and Crucible have another venue to play.
What have we done?
That ends
We have
Pyro and Ballhou.
We can spread the message of metal.
Hooray!
Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed it. I try to make it as much of a romp as possible as opposed to the serious runs that I usually do. I hope you all enjoyed it. And this is Impulse signing off. May all your hits be crits.